He's given us these gifts on the field, on the track, behind the camera, whatever it may be, on the microphone, like you interviewing people. He's given us those gifts to meet people where they're at.
Welcome back to the Athletes Agenda. I'm your host, Noah Cultival, and today I have the exciting opportunity to sit down with Mike Hopkins to hear his experiences with athletics and his journey with his faith. So you've competed at Ashland as an athlete, and that journey has changed a little bit. How do you really explain that transition, and how has your faith really led you?
Yeah, so I started at Ashland. I was on the track team for my first 2 years of school. I was a pole vaulter. And yeah, my life at Ashland then as like a freshman and sophomore is very different than my life now as a fifth year senior, I guess. Yeah, it was a hard transition, and like definitely the Lord taught me a lot in it. It was a very emotional time because I was just frustrated with my track career. Like I had some injuries that followed me out of high school. Kind of came in with some lower leg injuries that followed me into college, and decided to get a surgery done to take care of those things, and just kind of hung it up. It was hard because I was just frustrated. Like I had these goals athletically. I wanted to be an All-American, this, that, whatever. It didn't pan out. So, but I think what the Lord showed me in that is that just I'm not in control of really like the bigger picture things of my life. Of course, like we have free will day to day to choose what we do and don't do. But yeah, like the Lord has a plan that's good. And ultimately my hope is that he was glorified in my time on the track team with my teammates, and that he's glorified now through my work in creative media. So
that's a really good insight. So how did you begin with videography and content creation?
Yeah, so truthfully, it was just what I did for fun growing up. Like I was playing around with cameras, and I have lots of specific memories of making trick shot videos with my brothers for fun. So things like that, just for fun. And I'm glad it started as just something I enjoyed doing, because I think that's really important for like something you could kind of commit your career to is enjoying it. So yeah, something I did for fun and kind of refound a love for it at school here. Actually, I started at Ashland studying science education. I wanted to be a high school science teacher and a track coach. So again, life is very different now than it was then. I actually had a campus job working in marketing. I was running the Ashland University TikTok for like a year and a half.
Wow, okay.
So I was still doing my education stuff, this, that, and student teaching, but just like really enjoyed making, again, not anything serious, but silly videos for the university's TikTok. Just had fun, kind of refound a love for making videos. At the same time, I had decided I was going to be done running track. The football team had an opportunity with the football team here. It opened up to do some creative stuff with them. And just, after asking advice from other people and praying about it, like just kind of put all my eggs into this creative stuff and switched my major, and yeah, kind of got back into it from there.
So how do you, or I guess, what is something you hope to grow towards with your content?
Yeah, definitely want to work in the sports world full-time post-grad. Definitely there's a lot of uncertainty there because, job market is tight, and like only so many doors open up in the, sports media. So definitely want to grow towards that as a career in sports media. Yeah, too. Also just like continuing to find out who I am as a creative person, I guess you could say. Like, I've kind of done this my whole life again for fun, but also like committed. I've only been really fully committed to this for like 3.5 years. So just kind of continuing to grow in my abilities and my skill set. So, and again, through all of that, trying to not just let it be work, but give the glory back to God for my abilities and what I'm able to do, and through the opportunities He gives me. So
that's really good. I mean, you just touched on a little bit, but in your walk with God, what is something that He's been teaching you or really shaping you with?
Yeah, I think now, like similar to the time where I was kind of switching between track and this creative stuff, is like I'm not in control of my life fully. Again, we have the day-to-day stuff, but God has a plan that's good. I mean, I know Jeremiah 29 talks about it. Like He has a good plan for us. And there's a lot of uncertainty in my life now that is different from back then. But I'm going to graduate. I need to find a job. I need to find somewhere to live. So, I mean, I just know the Lord promises to take care of the people that love Him and will provide. Um, so, just trust in the Lord to provide opportunities to, sustain myself. I'm getting married next summer, so for me and my wife, like jobs for both of us and somewhere to live, and so yeah, trust in the Lord with new things moving forward.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So you've had the opportunity to work with organizations like the Cleveland Browns and like Akron Rubber Ducks.
Mm-hmm.
How have those moments really changed your way you've learned about those different experiences?
Yeah, those experiences were both great. I could talk forever about what I learned on like the creative side. I mean, I learned so many technical skills, especially with the Browns. Just producing at one of the highest leagues in sports that you can. Definitely a lot of technical learning there. And same with the Rubber Ducks as well. Tons of creative opportunities to learn. But I think more than that too, like something that was cool that I learned, kind of relating back to the spiritual side, is like all of these athletes are just people. And people will say that it's like these guys are people too. Like, yes, they're these stars that make millions and whatnot. But like it was interesting specifically the Browns, and I can see this in the Rubber Ducks as well, kind of getting a peek behind the curtain into the personal lives of these guys, and how like their personal life does not turn off when they step in the locker room or step onto the field. Like they've still got to answer press questions. They've still got to perform, even when really tough stuff happens to them. And like truthfully, I could say the same for me too. Like that's something I've learned as well, as like, just as much as these athletes are humans and people that God created and loves, I am too. Like yes, identify with my work and my whatever. Like we all do. We identify with what we do, but it's not who we are. So being put into an NFL organization, a minor league baseball organization, like that's a pretty big identifier. It's like I worked in the NFL, I worked in minor league baseball, but there's a vanity in that for sure. Like, yeah, it's just a job. Like it's just a 3-letter league. Like, yeah, it's not who you are though. So obviously thankful for opportunities like that to learn and to grow, but ultimately I know that that's not who I am. Regardless of how good it goes or how poorly it goes, like that's what I do is not who I am, and I'm first loved by God, and should share that with other people.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So working in athletics can bring a lot of different challenges and successes. What's been your biggest takeaway from just being involved in that?
Yeah, challenges and successes. Yeah, lots of challenges, lots of successes for sure. I think a specific challenge, definitely like working in an NFL environment, is just kind of pretending like I've been there before. I was at the time I was 20. No, I was 21. But yeah, like being the youngest person in the room is hard, and I personally am a huge Browns fan and like grew up a Browns fan. It's like having to kind of flip the switch and be a professional is hard. And it definitely had some moments I wish I could get back, like just nothing crazy, but like from a professional standpoint, like maybe behaving or acting a certain way, or successes though. Truthfully, a lot of specific blessings in my time with the Browns I'm really thankful for. Opportunities to jump into projects that are pretty big and have a big impact on the Browns community, like all the Browns fans, create projects that are meaningful. Like specifically when a few things, when Myles Garrett got re-signed, I created a video that announced that. When Nick Chubb got signed by the Texans, I had like a tribute video that I got asked to do. And I can think of a handful of other projects that I was a part of. I'm very thankful to have the opportunity to jump in. So successes and challenges either way, but just thankful for opportunities to learn.
So you're involved with FCA here on campus. What does it mean to you personally just to be involved in that, and how do you think it's impacted students?
FCA at Ashland is like, I have so many words to say, but like, FCA has been such a huge blessing to me. I'm involved on the worship team, and I'm a huddle leader. When I was on the track team, I was leading a Bible study on the track team. And yeah, currently like my leadership is more with the worship team as well. It's been such a huge blessing. Like so when I was a freshman back in 2021, it was kind of coming off the heels of COVID, and FCA was much smaller. Um, so probably like 60 to 80 students a week, sometimes less, like 40. And to see it now like weekly at like 350, 300, 400, students a week, it's just so cool. And like, if you were to ask Joe Magalette, who is the leader of FCA currently and the athletic chaplain at Ashland, he's like, people have asked him like, what did you do? Like what changed? He said nothing. Like we didn't do anything differently. Like truthfully, the Lord has just used students here to reach other students here, and it's been so cool and so encouraging because there's an urgency to the gospel. It's like everyone is in every moment for a specific reason. And we have the opportunity to reach students where they're at now, or like our fellow students or younger students or older students where they're at now with the gospel. And it's really cool to do that through teams. So again, I had an awesome time doing that through the track team with my time with them. It's just such a unique time of life, and like teams and teammates is such a special like relationship. And yeah, the gospel has definitely been super clear on this campus, and FCA has been an awesome to be part of. So.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So you've been involved with athletics in a lot of different ways. How do you think it's influenced just people in the sports world?
Yeah, athletics influencing people. Yeah, I think it kind of goes back to what I said before. Like, there's this huge. It's easy to identify with your sport. I know for me, it was hard to wrestle with the fact of not becoming what I wanted to become in my sport as a pole vaulter, not achieving the goals, not setting the records, winning the titles, whatever. It was disappointing. And again, there's the reality of like life goes on after college anyways. You're not gonna do your sport forever. So who are you outside of what you do? What do you place your trust in? What do you place your hope in outside of what you do? So yeah, it's been cool. Like one on the spiritual side to see that at Ashland, like there's just such a joy in the Lord through athletics and FCA, but also like not as on the nose spiritually. But today it's cool to watch. Like I feel like there's just kind of more of a messaging of you are like mental health and athletics is cool.
Exactly.
It's really cool to see that kind of come more in the spotlight today. And I think there's definitely a large opportunity for the gospel in that messaging that's already being pushed out. Like you're a person in your sport's not like everything about you, but also like you're a person that is loved by God and created by God for a purpose inside of sports too. So
yeah, that's a great message. So looking back on your journey with athletics and faith, how do you think it's really transformed you and shaped you? I know you might have touched on this, but just an overall like general statement to conclude.
Yeah, to conclude, how athletics and my faith has shaped me as a person. Yeah, I think it's given me a greater appreciation for the gospel and what God has done for me, and the fact that I don't have to be good enough at pole vault or good enough of a video producer or whatever to have value in the eyes of God. Like he loves me because he loves me, and nothing that I can do or won't do will change that. And he's given us these gifts on the field, on the track, behind the camera, whatever it may be, on the microphone, like you interviewing people. He's given us those gifts to meet people where they're at and share about his love for them. So everything is an opportunity to worship the Lord. So yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course.
Thank you for tuning into the Athlete's Agenda, where faith, purpose, and sports comes together. See you next time.